When humanity first set foot on Xylos, designated a Class 15 Deathworld, we expected the absolute worst. Our exosuits were rated for plasma storms, our weapons designed to punch through Caillou-sized armor. We were prepared for a planet that wanted us dead. What we found was something far stranger. The first squad landed on a continent of jagged obsidian mountains that seemed to breathe with malevolent energy. The air was thick with toxins, and the ground trembled with the movements of unseen titans. Captain Eva Rostova stepped onto the scorched earth, her boots crunching on volcanic glass. She took a breath and spoke, her voice crisp and clear through the external comms. All units, report status. Recon Team 1, confirm landing zone clear. The moment her words echoed across the desolate landscape, the world changed. The ground, which had been shuddering violently, went still. The jagged mountains, which seemed to writhe like living things, froze in place. In the distance, a monstrous predator, a creature of nightmare with chitinous plates and far too many legs, froze mid-lunge, its prey forgotten. It turned its massive head, not with aggression, but with something akin to confusion, maybe even awe. It wasn't a fluke. As more soldiers disembarked, their voices carried on the thin, alien air. A soldier shouted a warning as a vine as thick as a starship's power conduit whipped towards him. The moment the sound left his lips, the vine recoiled as if struck by lightning, retreating back into the toxic jungle. The entire forest, a chaotic mess of razor leaves and strangler vines, seemed to collectively pause, its rustling and hissing silenced. We walked deeper. Crimson forests burned with an internal biological fire. As a scientist murmured observations into her datapad, the flames around her flickered and died down, the trees themselves seeming to bend away from the sound of her voice. When she spoke a chemical formula aloud, the hostile flora around her pulled back, creating a perfect, safe circle. Even the planet's weather seemed to obey. A Category 5 plasma storm, a swirling vortex of radioactive energy, was bearing down on their position. Rostova stood her ground, looked up at the churning sky, and simply said, "Stand down." The storm didn't just stop. It unraveled. The violent winds reversed direction. The lightning serpents writhing within the clouds dissolved, and the sky began to clear. The apex predators of this world, beasts that could tear through a light tank, approached the human encampment. They were massive, terrifying, and radiated pure hostility. Captain Rostova stepped forward unarmed and spoke. Her voice wasn't a shout, but a calm, steady command. "You are not a threat to us. Stand down." And they did. These titans of evolution, these kings of a world built on violence, lowered their heads. Some even bowed, a gesture of submission so profound it defied all xenobiological understanding. As the days turned into weeks, the phenomena only grew more pronounced. A medic whispered to the scorched, acidic earth and watched as nutrient-rich soil began to form beneath her fingers. An engineer spoke to a cliff face of inert metallic rock, and the formations shifted, rearranging themselves into a staircase. A child, the daughter of a colonist, was found giggling in a field of what were thought to be lethal, carnivorous flowers. Her innocent laughter had caused them to bloom into vibrant, harmless blossoms. We realized Xylos wasn't just a death world, it was sentient, in a way we couldn't comprehend. And our voices, our speech, were the key. It wasn't the volume or the tone, but the very frequency, the inherent resonance of human language. It was a command, a song, a force of nature in itself. We could calm its storms, pacify its monsters, and even reshape its terrain. We came expecting to fight a war for survival against the planet. Instead, we found a world that had been waiting, listening for a voice it could understand. A voice that could bring it peace. For the first time, humanity had found a world that didn't just tolerate us. It obeyed us.